Good morning, YouTube, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm here at the NZXT booth, Pax 2016. Here with my boy Eric. What is it you do again? See, I forget things. It's early in the morning. I haven't had my coffee.
I work as the marketing specialist for NZXT, focusing on modding and building for NZXT. So anything you've seen in the last 3 years between our HR40, S340, Manta launch, Q Plus launch, video trailers, that was builds I have done and show builds for NZXT.
Now, I personally use NZXT myself. I had the Hail 90 power support. I loved that. I had the Kraken X61 before I did my own water cooling loop, and I used the Switch 810, which is a beautiful case. Now, I ask this to everybody. What sets you guys apart from the countless other performance parts suppliers and manufacturers in the world? What sets you guys apart from all of that?
I think it's two things. One is the innovation. If you've seen our product history over the last 4 or 5 years, you can see that we've changed the game up. So when the HR40 came out, we knocked away 5 1/4 inch base in the case. That freed up so much space and just made the case completely unique. And we continue to follow that trend with the S340 and the Noctis case, and now the Manta, our newest ITX case.
Which I can absolutely agree. I'm sorry to cut you off with that. I mean, I don't use a DVD drive myself. I haven't used one, and I can't even tell you how long. And you know what blew me away with like the Switch 810? It's the fact that you guys had that small fan inside that you can point anywhere you want for additional cooling. I thought that was amazing. I've never seen anybody else do that before.
Yeah.
You know, and I can completely agree with what you're saying. Now, with this Manta case, this is your newer case, correct?
Yeah, this is the case that we launched in January of this year.
Now, see, it's hard to put. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of other cases like that. Nothing quite cool. I mean, I like the sleekness of that, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But what would set you apart from, say, like a Fractal case or even the Lian Li mini ITX cases?
Well, with our Manta case, we added room for actually full ATX power supplies, which is very unheard of for small form factor cases. Then the cooling. Two 280 millimeter radiators, so you can actually install 2 Kraken X61s into the case.
That's massive.
And not have to worry about spacing issues or overheating or trying to fit your hands into a tiny case. I got big hands.
Likewise.
So if I'm trying to reach it into a smaller case, like a Lian Li case or an N case or cases of that size, my hands get cut up really quick. With the Manta, there's none of that. You get more flexibility with storage, with the 2 SSD mounts on the front side of the motherboard tray, then another one on the bottom, and you still have a 3 1/4 inch behind the SSD tray in the motherboard plate to mount behind there. So you get all this extra storage and all the extra cooling. It makes the Manta completely unique to the industry. Then adding the curved panels onto the case, your cable management actually expands by double the cable management. So you can't get that in any other small form factor
I've never
case.
seen that. I haven't. I mean, usually when you have it in a small form factor case, it's either beautifully squared and a hot mess inside, which restricts airflow, which it's a mess.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. No matter how much you do your tubing, no matter how much you bend that P-tag, it doesn't make a difference. It looks awful. With this, the Manta, it is beautiful.
Thank you. And I also think, with small form factor cases, you can't get a really nice dedicated liquid cooling loop if you wanted to go that route into them, just because that space is confined.
Absolutely.
With the Manta case, you can see in the launch trailer video, it looks elegant, it looks nice, it's clean, it's not overly consolidated into one general area. It's very spread out, and it just looks so beautiful.
Now, we were talking about 280 millimeter radiators. Now, what about filling up like a reservoir? I mean, I personally like the tube reservoirs, the cylinders.
Yes.
Now, what size could I put in there? Like currently, I have a 270 millimeter. Obviously, it's not going to fit in that. I understand that. But
we fit up to 140 millimeter reservoirs without having any issues. Currently, the one that we have on display has a 120 millimeter reservoir, so it's added room. You don't need a whole lot of reservoir space unless you're pushing a lot. As long as there's fluid in there and it's pushing through, you're good to go.
Excellent. Well, thank you very, very much for your time. Now, everything we talked about is going to be in the link in the description below. I'm going to have a direct link to NZXT, all their new cases, that video he was talking about, the trailer, that will be below. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Take it easy. It's been good Tekt.